Hello there, Pisces, Pisces rising, and of course, all of you Pisces moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 10th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below, open up the down bar and all that. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, it's all about Venus, the planet of love, harmony, affection, but also favor, popularity, magnetism, and the finer things in your second house of values, valuables, your earned income, as well as employment prospects. And on Monday, we've actually got Venus in a tight conjunction with Chiron already present there. Now, Chiron is what some people affectionately refer to as the wounded healer. I just call it the baggage, because Chiron often talks about what you might consider to be bruises, contusions, or maybe even scars or dark clouds hovering over what area it is occupying. In this case, it's relating to maybe how we earn our wealth, our values, our valuables, what's going on there. And with Venus conjunct Chiron, we have a chance to heal a scar or dissipate a cloud hovering over that second house of earned income, values, valuables, employment, what we do for a living. And this could come in the form of a gift, this could come in the form of an opportunity, maybe even a peace offering, or some way to actually attract opportunity to yourself that allows you to do something that you are afraid to do, or maybe you didn't feel like you had the power or resources or influence to do. Either way, Monday, even going a little bit into Tuesday, may be a very pleasant surprise for a lot of you. On Thursday, we've actually got Venus in that very same area, forming a tense T-square to the nodes of the moon, the north node and the south node respectively. And this is actually happening in your fifth house. That's where the north node is. The fifth house of love, your relationships with your kids, romance, as well as your creative passions, your creative passion projects, as well as the south node, which is occurring in your 11th house of friendships, social networking, big groups. And remember, the North Node essentially is our biggest challenges and our biggest rewards, where we challenge ourselves to have the biggest payoffs and most fulfillment in life experience. It's one of the only places, well, the nodes themselves are one of the only things in the chart that really talk about spiritual growth as a very plain and simple thing to see. I mean, it's all about spiritual growth, but with the North Nodes, we're talking about some deep lessons here. And the South Node is sort of like our crutch. It's where we go when we want to, as I say, cut corners, play it safe, do what we've always done, and possibly, go in circles, but feel safe in that little circle. And this is where you have a chance to take the gift of Venus, your values, valuables, and all of that good stuff, how you earn a living, how you actually feel in your value system. You have a chance to apply this gift to either your fifth house, where the North Node is, where love, family, your creative fulfillment and sensibilities are, though you will challenge yourself to be available, to be vulnerable, and to maybe even be more generous with your time and resources there, or even open yourself up where you might not have been interested in having so much closeness there, as per the North Node's challenge. Or you can play it safe, and you can apply it to the South Node energy in the 11th house of friendships and social networking. Maybe focusing on things that are not as personal, focusing on things that maybe follow a script, maybe focus on things that are a little bit more recreational, potentially superficial, or maybe just ways to gain in a sense of status and stature in your social life. I wonder which one I actually approve of. Not approve of, but I am supporting here. At the end of the day, it's up to you and your free will. Astrology is all about participation and free will, same with the tarot cards, but you will have a chance to really get a chance to get a chance. No, you'll have an opportunity to really enjoy the fruits of your labor in a very deep and meaningful, intimate way that is a benefit for not only your values and your valuables, but also those you want to be closest to you, if you will let things get that close. So, before I move on to the cards, I do want to remind everybody that I am aware that there is a Mercury retrograde going on as of the 16th. That was covered in the monthly astrology horoscopes on my Patreon page. If you're interested in looking at your monthly horoscopes for February, open the down bar below and check it out. And it's only $1 minimum pledge per month to have access to all the monthlies, plus live chats, plus the astrology classroom episodes. So, might be something you're interested in. Sorry about that, Pisces. I actually had to take a battery off the charger. Getting a little bit long here with these videos these days, it seems. So what's going on when it comes to your tarot cards for the week ahead? Well, when it comes to your spiritual themes, we actually have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And I'm kind of feeling from this card that there is going to be a challenge to a personal insecurity or personal emptiness coming up this week. In a lot of cases, the Court cards reversed all deal with insecurities on a certain level. But in the Queen of Cups reversed case, it has to do a lot with maybe a fear that we don't have original ideas of our own that are valid when it comes to contributing that energy or that influence to a relationship, to a job, or to anything in our life. And it's important to see, where is that possibly coming from? We all have that pop up from time to time, every once in a while. Our own unique flavor, our own unique essence, our own unique divine expression. Where the hell is it? And with the Queen of Cups reversed, a lot of you are going on that journey. Sometimes this can also bring up some challenges to look at, though, within ourselves, and also what happens to our relationships in the external. In a lot of cases, the Queen of Cups reversed's first line of defense is to simply be a chameleon, to reflect what she's seeing, to reflect what is going on in the social arrangements around her or the social agreements around her. She is ultimately trying to be a good specimen of what she thinks is expected. Sometimes with the Queen of Cups reversed, we're not necessarily reflecting, but we are attracting people who reflect to us, as opposed to bring their own original energy. My best advice when it comes to the Queen of Cups reversed: don't be afraid of original, and seek out the people that actually have found that original, powerful, passionate self-expression so that they can actually nurture yours, as opposed to try and put you in a round hole. When it comes to the influx, when it comes to what's coming in, we do have the Nine of Swords upright. And this can indicate maybe you're not the only one who's going to be experiencing some confusion around personal expression. The Nine of Swords upright does carry an energy of the dark night of the soul, but I am seeing as well a challenge more to do with what is my core sense of self and what is my unique expression. It's one thing to be focusing so much on getting things right, but it's another thing to focus on making sure that things are yours and owning what you are doing. The Nine of Swords upright can sometimes show up where we might find ourselves in a circumstance where we have to look at a course gone wrong, a direction taken that's not turning out the way we wanted it to, or quite possibly about to head over a cliff. It's not a bad thing if you decide you're not going to go over with the wagon. If you want to step out of the car and watch it go over, that's perfectly fine. But don't be surprised if not everyone is ready, willing, or able to see what you see. It's your first step in a direction of making that kind of empowered decision to do something that is not a capitulation to an external reflection. When it comes to the outflux, what's going away, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and this can always be a really good thing. A trend of disappointments is dissipating here. With the Ten of Pentacles reversed, I'm actually seeing a lot of you are finding that something that never seems to pick up a sense of security, whether it's a trend of short-term gains, one-off bits of good fortune that don't grow, things that are only short-term, things that don't necessarily carry any sense of permanence or longevity or fertility to them. If that's all you've been working with in the last week or even the last couple of months, you're in luck. that is a trend that is going to be going away. In a lot of cases with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the feeling of impermanence can also feel a tad oppressive. Why is it that everything seems to just sort of dissolve? Why is it that there is this lesson of understanding why something is dissolving? Is it something that people are bringing to the table, or is it because there's something that's not being built, and with enough of that original, true, heart-centered, passionate flair from all involved? Luckily, with this going away, the right people, the right circumstances will either be coming to you or coming back to you. When it comes to the material concerns, when it comes to your work and your money, we actually have a beautiful card. We've got the Empress upright, and a happy shift in your circumstances is coming. Now, I feel like what's going to ultimately be turning up here is that if you are trying to find a new sense of stability professionally, or maybe financially, or something that's going to be more of a gift that keeps on giving, or maybe you're looking for a chance to actually expand and increase the amount of returns you get for your abundance and for your value, this is the card you want. This could absolutely shift how you do business for yourself in the future. This could change how you even supply yourself in the future when it comes to supporting yourself, your home, and your family. In a lot of cases, the Empress card upright is coming from that sense of, yes, true, honest self-expression. We're not dealing with yes men and yes women anymore. We're no longer taking steps to simply try and go with the pattern, go with the formula, or try and work according to a certain set of rules or a certain set of expectations or brand or whatever. The Empress card upright is above that all. This is somebody who is capable of actually creating something from their own heart and being able to express it flawlessly as a leader, or possibly as just somebody who's coming to give you that leg up or that opportunity. When it comes to the external, when it comes to friends, relatives, maybe the other people in your life, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And a lot of you Pisces people may not be interacting with friends and relatives very much at all. And that could be due to the the Nine of Swords upright, or maybe you just quite possibly feel like you've gotten a bit fed up with maybe doing the same old, or having the same conversation over and over again. The Eight of Wands reverse is asking you to pay attention here. If there is something going on where it seems like a script is about to start itself over again, or a cycle is about to begin another spin around the wheel, you might want to find a way to deviate. You might want to find a way to break the cycle or the chain yourself. Start inspiring people to get out of their own ruts, out of their own looping timelines. Find a way to break out. When it comes to the relationships card, well, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And interestingly enough, we have an opportunity for love that it seems like everyone is afraid to take. And the same thing can go for those of you who are available versus not available. The Ace of Swords reverse can show up here where there's something missing. It's almost like we're playing a game of chain reactions when it comes to our love life. What is going on here is most often people are trying to find a way to get close. They do care about each other, and it's felt mutually that at some point there is a sense of love and attraction. But it may be masked by some kind of pain, doubt, fear, or concern over the unknown. In a lot of cases with the Ace of Swords reversed, we see a situation where a green light is not being taken as it should. The light is turning green, but nobody is hitting the gas. Now the good news is with all reversed cards, we can work through it, but it's important to take the first step. We don't wait for the other person to do it. I don't care what your story or explanation or defense mechanism is for why you don't want to make the first move this time. It's important with the Ace of Swords reversed that you do take it if that's what you want. For those of you who are currently coupled, this could also be a circumstance where we go beyond just taking first steps. It could be getting to a place where you and a partner are both afraid to go in a certain direction we know would be wonderful for both of us. Maybe the feeling of uncertainty about that future is mutual. Maybe we're afraid of deviating from what we know. Maybe it's a chance for us to have a deeper kind of relationship, but both partners involved are afraid to hit the gas and take the green light when it shows up. If you can work it out, You can get away from a rut together, and maybe even get into a space where it feels like you are finally with the right people, even though you're in the same bodies. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, you know I appreciate it. And if you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.